can I say, ladies and gentlemen, March Madness is here. The bracket is out, and I am so happy to reunite with my friend Avery Jones as we're gonna cover the entire March Madness. You guys saw us in college football. Now it's March Madness time. So Avery, how's it going?
It's going great, Miguel. Good to see you again. Great to do this with you. March Madness is a big deal in college basketball, and I think it's going to be an interesting tournament.
It certainly is one of the biggest surprises is North Carolina. This is a team that went to the national title game last year, and now they won't be even in the tournament, which is mind blowing.
It is mind blowing, and not only the fact that a team that consistently is in the tournament is not making it. Not only that, they declined their NIT invitation, and the school and the basketball program really just wanted to focus on moving forward. I think this is a big blow for them, as far as the many years that they and the school has continuously been in the tournament. So the fact that they're not there is a big deal, especially like you said, they were in the finals last year.
And how about your Duke Blue Devils? They won the ACC title by defeating Virginia, and I believe they won in the run now. They're one of the hottest teams entering the tournament. So where do you see Duke in this tournament?
It's weird because this college basketball season has kind of looked like the college football season. It was a surprise all the way around. Granted, with the Duke Blue Devils, this is their first season without Coach Mike Krzyzewski. There's still a lot of players who still want to go to Duke because this program is a storied program. Coach Krzyzewski laid the foundation. And with the first year without him, a lot of people, kind of thought they wouldn't go anywhere. And granted, the start of their season was rocky. A lot of teams had a rocky start to the season, but the fact that they won the ACC title, not only that, they did beat North Carolina at North Carolina earlier this month. And I think the consistency of the team might work in their way. They are a fifth seed. They're kind of that seed that could get bounced in the first round, but I like any favorite, I would like to at least see them get to the Sweet 16, maybe Elite Eight, but you can't count any team out in this tournament. If you look at the bracket, it looks like every team has a chance.
I agree, and I feel that a team that I call them the sleeper pick in this tournament is San Diego State. San Diego State, they have an impeccable defense. That team is legit. I feel that they have a shot to surprise people, a lot of teams in this tournament.
You're right, Miguel. San Diego State is a sleeper pick, especially at that fifth seed like Duke. Another, I don't see it as a sleeper pick, but it's kind of one of those picks that it's interesting. Of the four number one seeds, Houston has the best record. They've been on a hot streak. I believe they won their last 11 games coming into the tournament. They have the least losses. They only have three. Every other team has at least, I believe, five. So I see Houston being, I would see the last number one seed standing, if you want to say it like that, even though you have like Kansas State, Kansas University being a number one seed and still a favorite. But this is going to be an interesting tournament. Even with the first four, you have a team that has a losing record that could potentially enter the tournament. And if they win, and that team is actually Texas Southern, their record is actually 14-20. If they win, they actually will play Purdue. That is the number one seed. And Purdue has been shaky this season. They have a really great backcourt, but they've been really shaky, especially once they hit that number one seed. Next thing you know, they lost, and some of their losses were just heartbreaking. So the number one seeds, like always, need to be careful because these 16 seeds, they come to play. They come to play.
Yeah, but I mean, look what St. Peter's did last year. They were a big story last year. But speaking of Purdue, it was quite a chaos. They almost blew it away against Penn State yesterday at the Big Time Championship. Even though I wanted Purdue and Indiana in the finals, but Penn State, I tip my hat to them. They came out to play. They made Purdue scared at the end, but Purdue was able to hang on and win the Big Ten title. Arizona won the Pac-12 title, so I'm going to be seeing what they're going to be in the tournament. A team that one of the teams that I like in this tournament, and mostly because of the head coach and the way he just runs that team, is Memphis. I'm a fan of Penny Hardaway. I'm a fan of that Memphis team. And Penny Hardaway, for those of you who don't know, he played for Memphis from '91 to '93 before being drafted by Orlando. So, and I feel like teams like Memphis and Michigan, Gonzaga, even though Gonzaga has been disappointing me for the last few years, he's such a talented group. I feel like any of those teams, I'll be happy to see them go far in the tournament. But that's why we love college sports. That's why we love um, the March Madness because it's one game. It's like the NCAA. It's one game. It's not a playoff series. It's one game. Who's gonna rise to the occasion and who's gonna fumble under the pressure? So I can't wait for March 16th. I feel like that's the date of the first round where it begins. So correct me if I'm wrong. It's March 16th, right? It's around the corner.
I literally have a bracket in my head. First round game starts March 16th. So you're right. Thursday afternoon, hit an Applebee's, hit your local sports bar, probably gonna have it. And like anyone, print out your brackets. Print out your brackets.
That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna do that before the 16th. So thank you for that idea.
Oh yeah, no problem. The one thing I love, especially with social media and bracket challenges, especially ESPN does every year, is you get the opportunity to really think about these brackets. You really get to look at all these schools, and you want to be very critical sometimes, but also we love a good Cinderella. I think that's kind of the best thing. Just like college football this past season with college basketball, we love a Cinderella. I said for many years, one day we were going to have the 16th seed beat a number one. And it's happened, I believe, twice in the past 5 or 6 years. And it's amazing because I think one was a blowout and one was kind of close. And I think that blowout was Virginia. I think they just got beaten badly. I think it was like 25 points. But I mean, just looking at this bracket, like even Alabama being a college football powerhouse, their college basketball team this season has been immensely great this season. Even with some off the court issues, their team has played very, very well. Like Purdue, another team, their college football team is making waves. That rivalry that you mentioned with Indiana, it crosses, all sports. They have a really good shot, especially coming in at a number one. But just like you said, you have some Cinderellas. Howard being in the tournament, is a great, is a great story. And granted, they're playing Kansas, and for those who are alumnus of Howard or fans of Howard, show up, show out. if you have your team, give them their support. It means everything. Even TCU, they're playing Iona. They are a 6 seed, but they're kind of one of those bubble seeds, usually between like a 5th seed and a 9th seed. You have the opportunity of being upset on that first day. And that's when everybody's brackets can kind of just explode, but you also have your interesting stories, like USC, they're a 10 seed, they're going to play Michigan State. That could be an interesting game. Just the entire bracket itself, even Ivy League Princeton, 15, they're going to play Arizona at number 2. This is going to be a great tournament. Upsets abound, you hope not too many, but that's the great thing about March Madness. Like you said, one and done.